Do you know if you're going to have reserves on the items, like low reserves or estimates?
Yeah, well, my goal has been when working with ABC, their sole goal is to give back to the fans, and especially the people in Hawaii, because this has been such a huge undertaking, for everyone in Hawaii, because this show is a real active part of their economy. So they want to do something that really celebrates the lost experience, give something back to the community, and yeah, everything will have very, very fair reserves, because it's hard to value. I've had a lot of people say to me, well, what's this worth? I'd probably put LaFleur's jumpsuit in the auction at $4,600, would be my way of estimating it. I mean, could it bring $3,000 to $5,000? Sure, because it's iconic. But we're trying to make everything very accessible. So things will be mostly in the hundreds. Locke's Hero knife maybe $2,000 or $3,000. So it'll kind of be that pecking order. I'm even going to put the Dharma buses. They'll probably be $2,000 to $3,000, $4,000 to $6,000 for a Jeep. The sub might be $8,000 to $10,000. This may be $6,000 to $8,000. It'll all be in a where everything is very, very affordable. So it won't be ridiculous estimates where you're sticker shock. We want to sell everything. We want to give everybody a chance to get something.
Okay. And do you think the studio is going to do a lot of promotion on air during the final season? Telling people about the auction.
I don't know what kind of support the network will give to it. This isn't the Sci-Fi Channel. This is ABC. So we are on the ABC homepage. So that's a good thing. So they're going to promote it heavily through the internet. We may get support at the end, but this is so far away. They may decide that this has become so popular. I can tell you that the spike in traffic to all their sites, it literally went when we announced this 3 days ago. We're getting an enormous amount of traffic. We've had 10,000 people register on my website alone for updates just for this auction, which is gigantic. So if they see this gigantic spike in traffic, they might promo the auction at the end of May, or during the finale, May 19th. I'm not sure.
So do you think this will be a good asset for the hobby overall, just to bring a lot of new people in who aren't really familiar with collecting, original props and costumes, that'll learn about it and maybe, get excited and start collecting things from other properties?
Oh, absolutely. One of the reasons I did this auction, because this auction will probably be the least profitable one I've ever done because of the work involved. You can imagine, everything's in Hawaii. I have to go do this in Hawaii. It's not like, it's in Burbank. This is a logistical, and I have to do it during a live production. They start taping in 3 weeks. I'm there making the catalog while they're filming. So you can understand how this is a really complicated puzzle, because I'm cataloging and photographing as this stuff is being used. This is all going back to season 6. So it's an active production. So that's going to be complicated. But yeah, I think it'll be, I think this will bring in more new people in just this sale than we have in the hobby now. I think the hobby base will double, because, it's the same old thing. It's real. It's an ABC Disney sanctioned. This stuff is right from the set. So, and it's a chance, because we have everything. You can get anything you want. It's not like, oh, gee, I wish they had that. I wish they had this. So it's one of the few times where you'll be able to get what you want.
Okay. And changing gears, you have your traditional auction coming October, is it 1st and 2nd?
Our next auction is October 1st and 2nd. We got, people have been like, where's your auction? And, we got really waylaid. Last December, we had the Collector's Bookstore sale and our normal auction. And by doing 2 sales at once, it just killed us. It put us behind. So our March auction got pushed back until April, May. The July auction got pushed back to October. We will not have a December auction. March will go back on schedule. So it'll be March, then it will be Lost, then it'll be a normal auction again in July, then there'll be a December auction. So this year, we only have 2 sales. The October sale may be the best one we've ever had. We have the most important highlights in the Stan Winston archive. We have Richard Edlund's complete archive. We have filming miniatures from 2010, Poltergeist, Raiders, Ghostbusters. Some of the most important things you've ever seen. In this sale, there are really no repeats. It's all fresh material. And the biggest surprise is we have Transformers 1 and 2. Michael Bay Productions has given us the deal, and we're going to be having highlights from Transformers 1 and 2 in the October sale. I don't know if I'll have everything in the sale. I don't know if there's enough time, but we'll have enough stuff where you'll be able to get a Hero McHale or the All-Spar, or the Matrix of Leadership. Again, all screen use, literally from production, with COA from Bay Films.
Okay. And do you think this is going to be a bigger auction in terms of the number of items than usual? Like, do you think you'll have over 1,000 items?
Definitely have over 1,000 items, but again, because I do it 2 days, day one will be paper.
Okay.
So day one will be 500 or 600 items. That'll be photographs, posters, and autographs, and all that stuff. But day two, it'll be 600 items probably, and it'll be props, costumes, but a lot of really, really cool things. We have an '89 3-foot Batmobile from Batman. We have the best Raiders. We have the best Jedi Stormtrooper helmet in the world. It's one that's never been touched, with completely original, consigned by the guy who wore it. So there are a lot of really cool things this time. And again, the estimates are really reasonable.
Okay. Anything else on the horizon? It seems like you guys are getting more into getting items direct from the studios rather than as much from private parties. Is that something that you're actively pursuing?
Yeah, I really feel like I was the pioneer of this hobby. I started this when none of you guys even knew it. This was a hobby, right? So I've been doing this a long, long time, and I realized that for our field to grow and to eliminate the problems, we have to get material directly from the studios, and the studios realize that too. The way that everybody can be happy is if enough stuff can be provided for the fans, then it's going to prevent people from getting ripped off. It's going to solve the studio's problems of keeping the fans happy. And I think it's just the natural progression of our field. So by buying things that are licensed, that have COAs from the studios, so you have peace of mind, that's where people should really focus their resources. Because when you know it's coming from Richard Edlund or Stan Winston, or it's coming from these places, you know it's real. There's no question about where it's coming from. And that's the biggest thing for me now. I really want to focus on getting things out of the studios, because it makes everybody's life so much easier.
And then what do you see, like who do you think are your top competitors in the auction arena, in the studio reseller arena, in terms of Premier Props, PropWorks, It's a Wrap, Christie's, Bonhams?
I don't think we have a competitor. I think we have a different business model. I'm not going to sell 4,000 backup Transformers costumes worn by the Nest guys running around the hangars. Somebody else will do that. That's not our business model. For what we do for the high end, I don't think we have a competitor because we're the best at it. But there are a lot of very good companies who sell everything else, and I think they do great jobs. I think they're a necessary part of our business. I'm happy to sub a lot of this stuff out to these companies because there's so much. Like even with the law stuff, we will have an internet component to this after the auction because there's so much. There's 500 Dharma jumpsuits that are nondescript. You can't sell them all at once. So that's where these other companies kind of fit in. They help the hobby as long as it's authorized and sanctioned and it's real. So I think it's just more of a concerted effort. And then by the studios also doing this, they can decide what they really want to let out. It's probably better for them to let the better stuff out, keep enough for their archives, and the other collateral stuff, they can sell it to rental houses, costume bubbles and stuff. So I do see, we've been doing it so long, we're so entrenched that, we're lucky that we do get the product. And that's my biggest thing is now, people don't realize how much stuff we turn down.
Yeah.
I have the Angels and Demons auction that I have to eventually do. I have all of that in storage with Sony, which is a great, great group of material, but there's just so many hours in the day. So sometime in the next 6 months, we'll have an Angels and Demons auction, whether it's part of this sale or something early next year. I'm trying to find things for the collectors that's really cool. And Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code, I thought were pretty cool movies. So it's again a chance to get really cool artifacts that are going to be really reasonable.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and the readers of the Original Prop blog, and good to see you at Comic-Con again.
Thank you for coming.
All right, thanks.